is the day of our Lord, as the Christians will say, where Dele Farotimi, the now symbol of resistance, put it that way, was brought to their court today, and as predicted, indeed, he's been granted bail with some certain conditions. So tonight, we shall reveal the scarecrows, the people who claimed to be powerful, in whose toes Dele Farotimi has stepped. The people that got triggered by the truth that is now so naked in the public, the people who are so scared of the truth that they believe that locking Dele Farotimi up, shutting him down, will be enough to cover their own dirty, stinking nakedness, and as well as their dirty, stinking legacy. Dele Farotimi upset the supposed gatekeepers of the Nigerian judiciary, the man that they claim as the doyen of Nigerian judiciary, Afe Babanlaole, with the expose in a book that is now the bestseller, Nigeria and its criminal justice system. The book that riled the supposed powerful people in the Nigerian judiciary. And then they decided to validate the content of the book by abusing their power, the power they claim to have. Kidnapped Dele Farotimi 16 days ago from his office in Lagos, bundled him to Ekiti, where they have been holding court, the kangaroo court. So today, where there is no hiding place for them, they finally granted him bail with some certain conditions. So tonight, I am going to paint the scenario of what really happened in that their kangaroo court in Ekiti today. They couldn't hold him that much longer. Even if they really want to, or if they really wanted to, they really can't hold him any much longer. So what happened this morning? Dele Farotimi was brought to court, where the coward the judge, a magistrate judge in Ekiti, that is holding Dele Farotimi illegally under a fake, non-existing defamation law in Ekiti State. We all know that the piper that is dictating the tone of what these guys are doing, we know them. So what happened? A week ago, the same magistrate court judge that denied Dele Farotimi bail was acting upon the dictate of no other person than Afe Babanlaole, the coward old man, a crooked old man who believed that he had a legacy, a stinking, dirty legacy that the Dele Farotimi's book has helped to expose. Indeed. So he adjourned the case till today to hear the bail, application. And what happened today? When Dele Farotimi was brought to court, there were people, it is not like a famous court case to start with. A famous court case that borders on the abuse of the Dele Farotimi's fundamental human rights. Defamation of character has been decriminalized in Nigeria, including Ekiti State. But the Nigerian police that kidnapped Dele Farotimi 16 days ago, decided to charge him for defamation of character and then remanded him in prison. It is not a custodial offense. Even if he is found guilty, he will either pay fine or what have you. Anyway, this morning, a lot of people, you remember that they were already threatening people, including the lawyers representing Dele Farotimi. Yeah, they are being threatened that they should not come to Ekiti State. Any of them that is coming to defend Dele Farotimi in Ekiti will be dealt with. But the news got to the public, and indeed, people mobilized. So when the court was supposed to sit, the judge, the other staff of the magistrate court developed cold feet, or they were scared. According to them, they said they were scared of the number of people in court. Not just that, the judge at a point actually told the one of the lawyers representing Dele Farotimi, who happened to be a son, that he is not going to be allowed to speak in his court, because why would a son come to a magistrate court? That's what the judge said. And then the clown, right, wearing a wig called George in Ekiti, then told the court that he forgot the ruling on the bail application. He forgot it at home. What the hell is going on? Are you probably going to adjourn it again? Or maybe he sent somebody back home to go and get the ruling. So we are going to go to Ekiti, step by step, how it all happened earlier today. And then we'll get to the point of the ridiculous bail condition that the magistrate gave to Dele Farotimi. Remember, I said it here many times that we have started seeing the shamelessness from those who claim to be working for Afe Babanlaole, you know, instituting different cases. Same defamation suit in different courts across Nigeria. This was supposed to be, you know, like professional lawyers, but they are not. They are a bunch of rogues thinking they could use the same corrupt judiciary to intimidate Dele Farotimi and possibly win for themselves some, you know, media accolade, so to say. Anyway, I said that they were going to possibly get a court judgment or something that will bar Dele Farotimi from speaking to the press. Now, this clown wearing a wig in Ekiti has added as part of the bail condition that Dele Farotimi must not talk about this case anywhere. He must not grant a press release, or he must not grant a press, you know, interview, and some other ridiculous stuff he added to his condition. So let's go to Ekiti State. So they brought Dele Farotimi to court around 8 a.m. very early this morning, and the people were there waiting briefly. Yeah, that was the grand entrance of Dele Farotimi this morning. Their thugs they brought the last time were not possibly available today. And those who were threatening the lawyers representing Dele Farotimi too didn't show up. I mean, the number of Dele Farotimi supporters, outnumbered those who they probably will pay to come and harass the people in courts. Except for the clown wearing a wig called the magistrate judge that started acting funny. At first, it was like, I forgot the ruling at home. What the heck? What do you mean by you forgot the ruling at home? The bail application? What was that? Then he said the senior advocate of Nigeria, because it's on our side, so we can't say nuisance anyway. So so one of the lawyers representing Dele Farotimi, who happened to be a son, according to the clown, he felt intimidated and said it barred him from speaking in his court. That lawyer cannot represent Dele Farotimi in his court because he's high-ranking lawyer. You know, he shouldn't be coming into magistrate courts. So that created some drama earlier, briefly too. Imagine that. You are intimidating me. You are a senior advocate of Nigeria. You are not supposed to come to magistrate courts. This is a lower court. I was like, okay. Now they dragged that for a while. Then the next thing was this whole crowd. We don't feel safe. What do you mean you don't feel safe? These are the supporters of the person you have been holding down illegally here. They said, because outside was, like as you can see in that video, there were many people outside, as there were many people inside the courts, trying to see how they are making mockery of the supposed Nigeria judiciary, the same people who are supposed to protect the sanctity of the judiciary that they've messed up in that contraption. Then the guy man stood up and just went straight to his inner chamber. Like, what's going to happen now? Are you not going to make the ruling? Or are you going to adjourn again? He just ran straight into his inner chamber. And it was reported, by the way, that while he was leaving the court chamber, right? I mean, the court premise, when he was leaving the courtroom, he was receiving a phone call. Yeah, he was on a phone call, pretty much like his handlers were asking him, what is the situation? Any update? What's going on? So he went in there for a few minutes until probably he was assured that we are not here for you per se. We are here for Dele. And we want to know what is going to now be your excuse of not granting him bail or something that ordinarily you should never even have remanded him in prison. He should never have spent a day in prison. But we know the game. We know what is at play here. We know the script you are acting. But we just want to see what would be your excuse now. Would you just say, oh, I forgot the ruling at home, so I'm sorry, I'll see you people next week Monday, or I'll see you in January? What is going to be your excuse? We don't know. Until he came back and then started delivering his ruling on the bail condition. I mean, the bail. So he granted Dele Farotimi 30 million naira bail. That Dele Farotimi had to pay 30 million naira, submit his passport, and he must get 2 sureties in like sum. And one of the sureties must be somebody who has a house, a property, not just a house in Ekiti. And then Dele Farotimi must not grant interview on this matter. He must not talk to anybody about this case. He must not even talk about this. Dele Farotimi must not use social media. That's part of the condition. So Dele Farotimi can't tweet. He can't write anything on social media about Afe Babalola. That's what they say. He must not say anything about Afe Babalola. I told you that they were going to try and make sure that Dele Farotimi does not open his mouth, because that is what they fear most. They want Dele Farotimi's book, right? The sale of Dele Farotimi's book stopped, okay? And they want him to stop talking. But it is too late already. Dele Farotimi doesn't even have to say anything for now. Their actions and their inactions have already shown to us all we need to know. The book has exposed to us. In fact, people are now quoting Dele Farotimi's book. some of his own quotable quote from his book. They're now quoting them now to what? To back up the shenanigans called judiciary in Nigeria. So after all of that, he left the courtroom to the admiration of his new supporters, because now Dele Farotimi is not just a name in Nigeria, just so you know, he is now a worldwide figure, just so you know as well. So you're right, that's a gag order. And thank God for social media. Because ordinarily, right, if there was no social media, what that simply means, what that gag order, whatever it's called, would have done is to make Dele Farotimi pretty much like what they did to Gani Fawayimi, right? They made him almost a persona non grata. So the media in Nigeria, no TV station want to hear anything about Gani Fawayimi. No radio station want to, because they do not want to get sanctioned by the power that be. But thanks to social media today, where Dele doesn't have to say anything. He has said enough. His book has exposed enough. Okay, and today it is just them versus the rest of Nigerians in and outside Nigeria. So, in addition, it is reported that Dele Farotimi is expected to possibly leave the Ekiti Magistrate prison there any time from now. The Obi, that's a Peter Obi, as a volunteer, that's one of his shorties, like it doesn't have to be from Ekiti, and it also doesn't really have to have a house in Ekiti. So he has already made the announcement, and I think they are perfecting that bill condition as we speak. And yeah, let the legal battle begins. So Dele Farotimi himself can now, at least this time around, compared to the last time when he attempted to sue Afe Babanlaole. So Dele Farotimi himself can now genuinely, right? He can now go ahead and sue Afe Babanlaole as well. So as you are suing him, he's counter-suing them too. And that's exactly what I expect the next line of action to be. But for now, yeah, as bullies as they are, because they are bullies, according to Dele Farotimi, said they are bullies who really, it's like the people who cut off people's heads, and then they do not want anyone to kind of play or bring a sword closer to their own neck, so to say. So they are bullies, okay? And the most they can do is what they have just done. The rest, like I said here many times as well, you see all these frivolous suits that they are launching left, right, and center. They will all disappear, die a natural death, as it should. So that is that on the charade, the judicial charade from that contraption. Also today, we have it on record that this guy, Yeye Bello, has, he has fulfilled his own bail conditions as well. 500 million naira. Those two shorties, 500 million naira each, and he has returned back to Kogi. Now he can go and enjoy his loot while the case continues to go back and forth and no direction as usual. This. As the man that stole over 110 billion naira from the Kogi State cover. Yeah, see how, I mean, they're in celebratory mood, so to say. There's this guy, Li Jetsu or something, a government official in China that was accused, or sorry, convicted of stealing $410 million. He mismanaged $410 million, which they believe he kind of like enriched himself through that process of fraud, okay? The guy has been executed a few days ago. He was convicted just about a week or so ago. And 2-3 days after that, he was executed. Somebody stole 110 billion naira in Nigeria. He is a celebrity in that contraption, right? But we are watching. So let's go a little bit to their National Assembly. And this is about their 2025 budget. You see, El Rufaya's son, who happened to, thank you, Latu, my lady, very much, thank you. So, Bello El Rufaya, the son to Kaduna Littlefinger, El Rufaya of Kaduna, his son has chipped in on what he believes should stop, and that is the duplication of supposed project in Nigeria budget by the ministries, agencies, parastatals, and other stuff, right? So in his words, you see, you can't be buying utensils, right, every year. You can't be buying cars every year. So therefore, sending budgets or in your budget or yearly budgets and putting it in like you're buying cars, you're buying this, that, same thing you bought last year, you're buying them this year again. That should stop in the face of the financial, difficulties that Nigeria is experiencing, right? Talking about the 2025 budget. Let's go to what the young man had to say.
Bello Muhammad, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Mohammed Bello El Rufai. I represent the good people of Kaduna North. I'm from Kaduna State. Yesterday was a day of great privilege, and we thank the President and the Executive for laying the budget. Mr. Speaker, a lot of the things have been said already. I'll try to stick to time as quickly as possible by focusing on what I think is important. Recurrent capital is what is being discussed. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask again that this House remembers to compel the Executive to implement the Oronsai report. That's one. Two, we need to cut down on costs, Mr. Speaker. As you rightly heard, the recurrent of various budgets.
Members need to be in this room to vote on this particular bill. So for those who are moving around, please sit to make sure you contribute in voting for this.
Can I go on, sir? Sir, the recurrent issue is in every budget, even a young person like myself. We budget for vehicles every year. We budget for utensils every year. So what I would like us to do, sir, to open more revenues or block loopholes, is to look at all these ministries that are bringing their budgets. If they bought vehicles last year, please, they should just relax now. Vehicles do not expire. These are the little things, Mr. Speaker, that unless we start looking at them, the loopholes we talk about will not come out. I want to thank the leadership for sessions like this and other experienced members. It's a learning opportunity. But on this, the Oronsai report, sir, should be implemented. It is key. That is one. The second and most important thing to me, since I was I'm still a young man, since I was a boy, budgets every year come with new computers, new furniture. These things don't expire, sir.